Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I don't know if this was catching me doing all of this, but if it did, oh well, so what? Who cares? Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Happy Friday to everybody. I hope that everybody's having a good day. Y'all had a good week, and you're going to have an excellent weekend. And for all my entrepreneurs out there and small business people, we already know the grind is never, gone. We're always doing it. We're always working. So I'm coming on today to talk to you guys about using Amazon as a content research tool. And in case y'all don't know, my name is Ana Kaona, and this is Bodaciously You. I see that my connection is lagging. I don't know why. Let me tell you. If it's lagging, just bear with me. I have no idea what's going on with this. We have broadband, right? We have the Fios, and that it is so wonky, this service. And then I went and I just got a second internet. I got Spectrum to back up because this is like super wonky. And if you can believe it, the shared internet Spectrum is better than the broadband that is Fios, that it's supposed to be so fancy schmancy and all of this good stuff. And it's really not. But maybe that's just my experience. Maybe I don't know what, and maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's okay too. So, good afternoon, everybody. And I'm again talking about using Amazon as a research tool. What got me thinking about that? The other day, I was in a group and someone had posted some methods to find content. And they asked how Amazon was listed as one of them. And someone asked, how would you use Amazon as a research tool? And then I proceeded and I explained all the things that people were pretty surprised about, right? And it always surprises me how people actually don't know how to use their search bar, be that in Facebook, Google, Instagram, Pinterest, Amazon, eBay, Etsy, any of the selling platforms. It surprises me to no end. But then I've been at this for a long time. And so what is kind of old news to me is kind of new news to other people. And no judgments. It's just I'm here to talk to you about it so that then you'll be looking at an Amazon search with a different set of eyes, because the whole purpose is to teach, right? The whole purpose is to help people to use the tools that are at their disposal in a better way. So why would we use, and by the way, if I'm looking that way, it's because I'm looking at my list right here so that I can stay on task. Okay, this is my list of things to talk about because I tend to go off into the far yonder. I go off on tangents and I start talking about everything else. And I don't want to do that. I want to stay focused. So, why would you use Amazon as a research tool? Amazon has millions of users on it. Amazon has millions of credit cards at the ready. And what we have never really been taught, but is the truth, is that how we spend our money is very indicative of our beliefs, our behaviors, and our power, right? And so how people spend their money is huge to someone who's looking to figure out how to service someone, what's the missing gap, what are people looking for, right? What is the psychology behind what is being purchased? And you can find all these things right on Amazon. And pretty much what I'll tell you today, you can use it across the board. It's just that every platform speaks its own language, so to speak, so they have its own universe. And so there are different ways to look for the same information. But today we're concentrating on Amazon. So the Amazon, let's start with number one, the Amazon search bar, right? You type in whatever it is that you like, da, 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 da. And then you're paying attention to what's in the drop down. The drop down tells you what's being searched for. The drop down tells you what is related to the topic that you put in, right? That goes for books and that goes for the products. So you want to look at what is in the drop down menu. Books, you want to see what is the related content, because a lot of books, although they may not be specifically about psychology, you can tap into the vibe according to what books come up. And then you can go in and read the descriptions, right? Because a description is going to tell you what this is about. And it might kind of ignite in your mind what's something that you can use, an approach that you can use, verbiage that you can use, pictures that you can use, right? You can get your keywords from there. And keywords are very important in everything that you do with search engine optimization or with writing copy or with picking up your pictures. Keywords are very important because there's so many ways you can put them in. And I'm already, that's why I keep my list here, because in my brain, I'm already going off on a tangent because I want to tell you all the different ways that you can use keywords. So that's what happens. You look in the search bar. So there's one way to search. You're figuring out what are people interested in. You're putting in what you're looking to do or sell or to service, and you'll put that in and you'll see what else is coming up so that it gives you a broader scope than just what you're thinking. It might even end up that you get a suggestion for something you never even thought about. And then you look to the titles, because the titles, if done right, are supposed to have what? The keywords, right? And you want to see how they're framed, how they're written out. They should be very informative of what the product is, done simply. Unless somebody's keyword stuffing, then that's no good. They're probably getting penalized for that. But if it's like a cohesive sentence telling you what this product is about, you have an idea as to how to write your copy. You have an idea as to what are the keywords, right? So look at the titles. So we have two here. You're looking at your search bar, the drop-down menu, and then you're looking at your titles, right? Let's see what else. Don't steal the titles. Don't steal anybody else's titles. What you want to do is you want to see how you can rephrase that in the same way. And there are a bunch of tools that you can use for keywords and go in to help you write copy, right? You just got to search them out on where? Google. In what? A Google search. But those titles are very helpful. And then you look at the descriptions, right? The descriptions tells you what a product does, how you can use this product, right? It again gives you more keywords. This is considered like the metadata. This is where it doesn't go in the title, but it fits perfectly in the description. And you want to especially look within the first 3 sentences, because that's where all the juicy stuff is, right? That's where all the information. A good copy should have the real good information within the first 3 lines. A good listing that has good copy should have that information within the first 3 lines. Okay, I'm going by what I do with my listings on Amazon and Etsy. We try to get that in because we try to see where Google looks first and picks up with their bots. So that's what we try to really jazz up the content, the titles, and all of that. So that's what you should be looking, because anybody that knows how to do their thing is probably doing the same thing. Yep, you want to look at the description. Again, that tells you what that product or service is doing, that book is doing, is talking about. It kind of gives you a glimpse of the psyche of the buyer, what that buyer is looking for, what that person is searching for, right? And it also lets you know where you might be able to fill in a gap. What isn't being talked about in the description that you might be able to fulfill, right? Look at the reviews. You want to look at your reviews. There is so much information in a review, good and bad. With the good reviews, you want to see if they have any pictures, right? Because then you want to see how people are using the product or talking about the service, or videos, because Amazon takes allows videos too. You want to look at what is good about the product or service, right? And how you can expand on that, how you can make it even better, right? What do people like? What do people don't like? If they don't like something because of it's a defect in the product, that's one thing. But what was it missing? What is the negative review, and how can you fill the gap of that negative review? Whether that's a physical product, a service product, a book, right? How can you, if you're writing a book, how can you write a book that fits, that fills the gap that this book left, right? If you have a product, how can you make your product better than that product that got a bad review? If you're offering a service, how can you offer your service in a way that left someone else, in a way that enhances your service, because you've already read where a gap was left? How can you make your service fit someone better? I hope I got that. I hope I'm explaining that well. So yeah, you want to look at both the positive and the negative, because they tell you a lot of information there. Okay. And then the last one is you want to look at the customer questions space, and the reviews, the FAQs. That's what it's called, FAQs. You want to look at that section. You want to see what the customers are asking about, right? What are the questions that you, with your product, with your service, with your book, can address when you are doing your thing, your content, your product, your book, right? That's what you want to look at. Can you answer these questions? So we're looking to fill the gaps of anything that was negative, and then we're looking to enhance on anything that was positive. We're looking for keywords, right? We're looking for behaviors that we can use to create content so that we understand the language and we can write copy according to that language, right? You're looking for description, for size, for color, for words that maybe you might not think of when you're writing your copy. So I hope this was helpful. And I hope that you look at Amazon not just as a portal for buying things, but also as a portal for creating copy, developing products, developing services, and creating books. It's a wealth of information. It's its own universe. They sell everything on Amazon. Everything, everything, everything. And remember, these little tips can be taken across the board. It's just that Amazon is about buying power, right? You can find pathology on Amazon, but if you take these tips and apply them on Facebook or on Instagram, you can find out a lot more on these social media platforms, because now we're talking about interests and we're going into psychographics, right? We're delving in a lot deeper because we converse on these platforms, and we often say a lot about ourselves when we think it's just, empty space, when we're just, when we're reacting to a post, when we're engaging in a post, we speak a lot about ourselves. And so those are great tools to use to help create copy as well. So these tips, they're kind of across the board, So we're looking at titles, descriptions, we're looking for keywords, we're looking for behavior patterns, we're looking for customer desires, wants, and needs, and we're looking at what worked, what didn't work, and where we can fill the gap. So I hope, again, that was helpful, and wherever you are today on this Friday, wherever you are, I hope the sun is shining on you. Take care. See you.